And here we go. Arcan
continuing to work on Evan O'Shea. Another one of those zigzags. And Arcan, oh, look, he's signaling for the end. I think Evan O'Shea might be out of it.
Oh, stroke. Stroke by Arcan.
I think Jeff Jarrett is going to sue for that, even though, you know, he didn't found New-TNA and all, but still. In any case, Arcan, oh, look at this.
Couple of knees and a code breaker.
He calls that the butter facer, but look at that. It's busted Evan O'Shea wide open.
Again, I can clearly see these people are blading a lot. 2.
Wait a minute, 2, 3.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, this really is TNA when you see a lot of blading going on for no reason.
Well, I mean, the first time it was unintentional. The second time, I mean, this is understandable. This was the veteran Arcan teaching, you know, Evan O'Shea a little lesson on respect. And Evan O'Shea, you know, I got to give him props. He had guts, but Arcan, you see that deadly butter facer again that busted Evan O'Shea open. He literally took Evan O'Shea to school here.
And he was focusing on the face this whole match, so it does make legitimate sense that it would be busted open during this match.
I mean, Evan O'Shea, he had a great start with momentum, but it quickly went downhill. Arcan rightfully proved himself here tonight, and if he wants to continue proving himself and getting close to becoming, you know, first ever so-called Triple Crown champion in New-TNA, more wins like that will definitely help his credibility. Congratulations to the veteran. Yes, the World Championship, the X Division Championship, and the Tag Team Championship. Here's Michael.
It's Tarver.
Michael Tarver and his former partner, Steven Spriter, formerly known as the Killshot Dojo. These guys had a match against the $1 Million Congregation to determine the #1 contenders to the Motor City Machine Guns Tag Team Championships. The Killshot Dojo pretty much imploded at Genesis. Spriter is trying to figure out what's wrong, and Tarver, as you see, he's not very happy with Spriter at all. Doesn't want anything to do with him.
And I'm happy that the $1 Million Congregation, because they are great.
Totally not because you're biased at all, right?
I know, right?
But in any case, you hear the desperation from Steven Spriter. He's pleading, and he knows he messed up. He wants Tarver back on his side. He wants a second chance to prove to Michael Tarver that this partnership between the two of them will work out, because before New-TNA Genesis, they were pretty much kicking the $1 Million Congregation's ass every other week.
Yes. Clearly.
Spriter trying to man up here. But Tarver, he's not going to have any of it.
I guess it really has imploded.
Well, that remains to be seen. Nonetheless, here comes, that is the sound of the Blueprint, Matt Morgan's music at New-TNA Genesis. This man had a match with Scott Steiner, and, you know, ever since the beginning of New-TNA, Matt Morgan's one focus has been on Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. He's been trying to prove that he's the bigger, better, faster, stronger man. You know, he's been trying to out-freak Scott Steiner, so to say. And at New-TNA Genesis, well, Scott Steiner, out of nowhere it seemed, Matt Morgan had the match in his clutches. He had a game plan. He worked Steiner over very well. But Steiner caught him off guard when Matt Morgan least expected it. And one flatliner changed the whole game for Scott Steiner. And the Blueprint, I imagine, is not very happy about his loss.
He's going to cut a promo also. I don't know where he got that mic from, but we're going to assume someone gave it to him.
Either Mike's a pin. Yeah, exactly. Just assume that.
Mike's appearing and disappearing here.
Well, there you have it. Matt Morgan, you know, very angry at Scott Steiner.
And sometimes that just happens, you know. Sometimes it's just not your night.
And I guess at New-TNA Genesis, it was not Matt Morgan's night. Well, of course, Matt. He beat you at Genesis.
Yep.
And of course, you know,
But
Matt
he
Morgan
did beat you.
Well, you know, I feel for the guy. I watched that match, and Matt Morgan, he did very well against Scott Steiner. Steiner barely even got offense in on him. But, you know, it's a game of momentum shifts, and Matt Morgan just got the short end of the stick when it was all said and done.
Yes, continue, Josh.
I think Matt Morgan, you know, you see him right there. This is definitely going to get a response from Scott Steiner. That is a very good statement. Matt Morgan is one of the best wrestlers in the present who has yet to be a world champion yet.
Guess he's calling Steiner out. Wants a rematch, right? At against all odds.
That is correct, and there it is. The siren confirms that this is the sound of Scott Steiner coming out right now. He's not going to be intimidated. He is not going to be intimidated by the Blueprint's words. Blueprint very angry, but, you know, knowing Scott Steiner, you know, Hogan versus Flair's Caveman said it best. He just doesn't give a fuck. Matt Morgan, I think, breathing, like Wally said, heavily, yes, but still.
Breathing very heavily and then staring into Steiner's eyes while looking away and then blinking. Telling him.
Matt Morgan assumes that Steiner's out here to accept his challenge. Oh no, Steiner math, and he called him Mike Morgan.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, a 660% chance after he met his wife.
It's Matt Moore. Mike, Matt, it doesn't matter. But
oh, very strong words from, you know, the microphone legend known as Scott Steiner.
The genetic freak.
You know, Scott Steiner he does have a valid point.
Yep. He did beat him at Genesis.
You know, Steiner very confident. He, you know, I gotta agree with him. He beat Matt Morgan once, and he's basically saying, "You want to go again? Bring it on." What in the world is Matt Morgan thinking? What the? Wait a minute, Matt Morgan!
Oh,
Carbon footprint.
Carbon footprint. That's a strong message.
Hold on. Here's the music of the iMPACT general manager, Teddy Long. Wonder why he's out here.
Oh,
think he's trying to, you know, diffuse the chaos before it gets any worse. Wait a minute, he was?
He was?
Well, I mean, you know, Matt Morgan, I don't know.
Oh, he'll still be in action tonight.
Hold on.
2-on-1 handicap match.
Ugh.
Who's his opponent's gonna be?
Wait a minute, that match is starting right now.
No time for Matt Morgan to even prepare for it.
This is the current #1 contenders to the TNA Tag Team Championship, the $1 Million Congregation, the Black Pope D'Angelo De Niro, and the rated black suspect star, the Suspect.
He has a great nickname.
Kind of punny, but yes.
Yes.
Anyway, I mean, I don't know if I like Matt Morgan's chances here now. Instead of having to fight one-on-one with Scott Steiner, he's now having to fight a 2-on-1 handicap match. Going to have to deal with both Pope and Suspect at the same time as they're looking for some more momentum heading into their big match for the tag team championship against Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin for the tag team championships. We will see the Guns later on in action.
Wine buster by Suspect.
Matt Morgan letting his aggression get the best of him. Reverse STO there from Suspect. And, you know, Suspect now just beating up on Matt Morgan. Like I was saying about the Motor City Machine Guns, though, we will see them in action in the main event. I'll be teaming up with my boys, Sinner's Paradise, Brandon Silas, and Ryan Young, taking on that faggot AJ Styles.
Nice power slam by Suspect. You got to cover. 1, 2.
And of course, AJ Styles' partner will be the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the false TNA Tag Team Champions.
Here we go. Got to tag in. Nice tag team work. Oh, nice
double shoulder block there from D'Angelo De Niro and the Suspect.
Which we do know that Suspect's one of his signature moves is in fact called the takedown, and it is a shoulder block.
Matt Morgan taking D'Angelo De Niro down there with that DDT-like maneuver. I really don't know what to call it.
I call it an arm trap STO. How about that?
That makes sense. That sounds better too anyway. Thank you again, Wally, for your wrestling expertise.
Yes.
Again, the $1 Million Congregation working like a well-oiled machine, but, you know, this is a mistake that D'Angelo De Niro made.
Oh, finally gets that clothesline on Suspect, maybe knocking him off the barricade, causes Pope D'Angelo De Niro to, like, lose encouragement, lose momentum, because he can't see Suspect on the
Oh, wait a minute, look at this.
Oh,
strong power bomb from Matt Morgan there, and this is what the Blueprint needs to do. You know, here's the other thing.
Just tossing him across the ring.
You see the sheer power of Matt Morgan. I mean, I guess this is another thing we have to think about here. Matt Morgan is 7 feet tall, and that man is very, very strong compared to Pope and Suspect. There you see it highlighted right there. That spine buster going for the cover. 1. But you see the heavy disadvantage, though, right away as Suspect breaks that up. Matt Morgan is dealing 2 men at once.
Yep, he doesn't have anyone to tag to, no one in his corner. All by himself here.
And the $1 Million Congregation are a tag team after all.
Yep. Working together.
Hard knife edge chop, and now a tag in the Suspect. $1 Million Congregation looking well in the beginning minutes of the match. Big elbow to Matt Morgan's back. Suspect now back in control.
Matt Morgan coming back in. Nice German suplex release.
Powerful German suplex from Matt Morgan there. Whoa, look at this.
Oh,
rolling German. Nice form.
Ow.
Nice form there by the 7-footer. I can't believe he could even do that, but, you know, Pope comes in there and breaks it up right away.
Yep. And that's the advantage of being in a handicap match where you're on the side of the tag team.
That is correct. But again, Pope and Suspect are going against Matt Morgan. And Yakuza kick.
Kind of like a carbon footprint almost.
That is a Yakuza kick. The carbon footprint is a bicycle kick. There is a difference.
Yes. I will go with what Josh said.
That is correct. But Matt Morgan. Oh, look. Matt Morgan standing Suspect to the top. This could be dangerous here. Oh, wow. Fall away slam style maneuver, and he's got the leg hook.
2. Again, just a 1 count because Pope D'Angelo De Niro and Suspect are just on that equal level. Just breaking up pins.
$1,000 lariat from Suspect, as we just saw there. And I mean, Suspect and the Pope, they've been in very firm control over the Blueprint. But again, I mean, you would think Matt Morgan wouldn't fall for that same trick twice, but he hasn't. Oh, whoa, look at the strength of Suspect here. He's got the 300-pounder on his back. Oh, fella.